Good morning. Great. There's still coffee out there for those who need it. It's such a great pleasure for me to welcome you to the 2023 annual meeting. Now, first, I want to do a little preview. We have an outstanding meeting, scientific program organized by Karen DeSalvo, who I'll introduce later, and you'll hear from our keynote, Paula Johnson, President Wellesley College, and many others. So it's going to be just fantastic. So be sure to stick around also the final session of the day, which is the President's Forum, one that I really organized. I feel it's been a highlight because we're going to get experts to get deeper dive into the issues of women's health, what's in the future. So first of all, I'd like to start the day by at least sharing success, which is our campaign. We put forward a campaign a few years ago with a target of $100 million, and I'm glad to tell you we've exceeded by at least 20%. So it deserves an applause. Now, for those who come from Stanford, Harvard, that's not a lot. But for us, it's the first time ever that we set a goal of $100 million, and we exceeded it. And the large part because of what you guys have done, and so many people have contributed to it. So can I have first slide? Good. So the great news is 62% member participation. This is phenomenal. This is higher than we've ever seen or of any of the academies. You've given us endowments, and there are two newly named staff positions. One is by Jonathan Perlin and Donna Perlin, that names the position the Director of Programs at NAM, and that's Kimber Bogart. The second $1 million gift is from Jane Henney and Bob Graham to name the Director of Membership and Governance, and that is Sei Kim. So it's just wonderful. Let's give them a round of applause. We also were able to raise $10 million to build more leadership capacity for next generation, new fellowship, and the Emerging Leaders Forum. And of course, we have also $3.5 million in committed plan gifts. So while I think for the Stanfords and Harvards and Wellesley, it may be small, but this is a big issue for us to meet. So thank you very much. So it's my honor now to introduce the new members of the Academy who elected in 2022, formally inducted on Saturday. And believe me, we have a really amazing distinguished group, including, I was saying, we forecasted the Nobel Prize, because this year, two of them won the Nobel Prize, and they were all there. So we're very proud of this class, and I'm going to introduce them very shortly. And it's really reflection also not only of the excellence, but also diversity, with including gender, race, and ethnicity. Following the introduction, the new class of NAM fellows and scholars will also be introduced. They're all sitting in the first few rows. They're looking very good, by the way. So I ask you to hold your applause till the very end. I'm going to show you a video, and then after that, we'll give them a round of applause. So can you play the video, please?
Okwe Adeoye, Pedro Luis Alonso, Marcela Alshan, Julianne Baldwin, Mark Baer, Seth Franklin Berkeley, Craig D. Blackstone, Carlos Blanco, Arlene F. Brown, Nemanje Bumpus, Martin Burke, Helen Burston, Nicole Kalakis, Yvette Calderon, Peter John Campbell, Diarmid Campbell Landrum, Christopher Carpenter, Anna Marie Causse, James Chen, Regina S. Cunningham, Bart DeStrooper, Deborah Dees, Jon Alice Marcel Deprest, Connie Eves, Marie Carmel Ellie, Wafe Fazi, Henri Ford, Elizabeth J. Fowler, Wayne Alex Ian Frederick, Catherine Gallagher, Sankar Ghosh, Peter Glazer, Farshid Gilak, David Gutman, Michelle Heisler, Tracy Holloway, Laura Virginia Hooper, Elizabeth A. Howell, Judith A. James, Stephen Jaffe, Kamara Phyllis Jones, Sheena Ann Jocelyn, Gagandeep Kang, Catalin Carrico, Faris Khan, Sachin Ketterpal, Laura L. Kiesling, Jonathan Kipnis, Eugene V. Koonin, Dimitri Kranz, Grace M. Lee, Rachel L. Levine, Anna Locke, Crystal L. McCull, Tippy McKenzie, Edward Maybach, Miguel Moreno, James McDowell Markert, Peter Wayne Marks, Robert James Mash, Michelle K. McGuire, John Michael McWilliams Jr., Paul S. Michel, Lisa Monteja, Rachel Morello Frosch, Margaret P. Moss, Bramer Mukherjee, Carrie C. Nadeau, Victor Nizet, John Nkengasong, Akinlolu Ojo, Saad B. Omar, Anthony E. Oro, Jose Pagan, Vikram Patel, Monica Elizabeth Peake, Christine A. Peterson, Katie Pollard, Cornelia Polyak, John Quackenbush, Megan Ranney, Kimran Rathmel, Mark Elliott Rothenberg, Norman Edward Sharpless, Krishna V. Shenoy, Yang Shi, Ida Sim, Mario Sims, Gwendolyn Sowa, Sohail Tavazui, Marlene Temmerman, Sally Temple, Alan Thevenet Tita, Bruce J. Tromberg, Chen Wen Tsang, David A. Tuvison, Omaida C. Velasquez, Jennifer Webster Syriac, Drew Weissman, Ruth Enid Zambrana, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Health Policy Fellows, 2023 to 2024. The NAM AAN ANA ANF Distinguished Nurse Scholar in Residence, 2023 to 2024. The NAM Fellows, 2023 to 2025. NAM Scholars in Diagnostic Excellence. The NAM International Health Policy Fellow, 2023 to 2025. the Emerging Leaders in Health and Medicine Scholars, 2023 to 2026.
Now, so I'm going to ask the new members, the fellows, emerging leaders, please stand up. We give you another round of applause. We enthusiastically welcome you to our family. It's so exciting to see new members and young emerging members and fellows, just wonderful. And so also, I'm really happy to tell you that the class of 2023, we just announced. So you may be able to see it outside on the sheet, but it will be on nam.edu/class of 2023. And this is another amazing class. I tell every class, they're the best, and it's true. So our members have followed a truly remarkable group of leaders who committed to improving health and making the world a better place for everyone. So we rely on them to share their expertise, their wisdom, and guide the work of NAM and national academies. Without our members, NAM would not be able to make such an impact in the last 50 years. But sadly, unfortunately, in the past year, we also had lost several of our dear colleagues and fellow members. You see all their names listed on the screen. Please pause for a moment. Maybe stand up for a moment of silence, please. Yeah, stand up for a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for paying respect to all the NA members and leaders who passed away. So next, it's my great pleasure to announce the awardees for 2023. So first of all, as you know, we give out awards for great achievement, awards for NAM service, and of course, awards for our staff. To begin, the Lean Heart Award was given to Robert Califf, the Commissioner of the US FDA, and for the advancement of healthcare. As many of you know, Rob is known for his instrumental role in leading clinical trials and health outcomes research, and his ability to translate research into advances in science, evidence medicine, and improve public health. Join me in congratulating Rob Califf. Next is the Sarnet Prize. Dr. John Christo, Dennis Chani, and Husseini Menji, they're the recipients of the Rhoda Bernard Sarnet International Prize in Mental Health. So they have discovered the rapid antidepressant effects of ketamine and the identification of its efficacy for treatment of drug-resistant depression, which led to the development of the antidepressant esketamine, the first mechanistically novel US FDA-approved antidepressant over 50 years. So please join me in congratulating them. The Hamburg Award goes to Drs. Peter Hotez and Maria Elena Batazzi and their whole team at the Center for Vaccine Development at Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine. In fact, they are the recipients of the David and Beatrice Hamburg Award, named after our previous president, David Hamburg, and of course, our previous member, Beatrice Hamburg. And the whole idea is to give this prize for advances in biomedical research and impacting clinical medicine and human condition. And for their work on developing a safe, effective, affordable recombinant protein-based COVID-19 vaccine technology, they've done a great job, make this affordable for many people in low-income countries. So please join me in congratulating them as well. This weekend, we also present awards to NAM members and National Academies, staff whose service to mission of NAM and National Academies have been particularly distinguished. And so for the first one would be the member awards, which are the Adam Yomolinsky Medal to Kenneth Oden, the Welsh McDermott Medal to Ted Shortliff, and the David Rao Medal to Linda Fried and John Wong. Please join me in congratulating them as well. The CISO Awards, there are two types, the individual CISO Award and also the team award. For the individual award, the Sandra Matthews CISO Award for Administrative Excellence was awarded to Elena Espinal, and then also for individual excellence, Carrie Helsig. Please join me and congratulate them. And finally, the SEAL Team Award for the CISO goes to a team who did an outstanding piece of work, and in this case is the report on National Imperative to Improve Nursing Home Quality Report team. Again, congratulations. So it's now my honor to deliver the 2023 President's Address to the distinguished members of our Academy. Before I begin my remarks, I'd like to express my excitement for important and timely discussions about women's health during today's scientific program. You know, it's been a great week for women's health at the NAM. Starting Thursday, the National Academy's new Standing Committee on Women's Reproductive Health, Equity and Society, chaired by Claire Brindis, held its first public meeting. It held a public workshop. The committee also met with representatives from the HHS Reproductive Health Task Force, led by Admiral Rachel Levine, and the Biden administration representative to discuss opportunities for coordination and collaboration. Also at the same time, the same day, 7 universities from the DC area came together to discuss solutions for unhoused women living in DC. And yesterday, several interest groups discussed topics of relevance to women's health, including reproductive longevity and the impact of DOPS. And of course, the theme of today's meeting is women's health from cells to society. You can see how important this topic is to us, to the Academy, to the nation, now more than ever.